What's up guys, it's Black Magic back with another storytime video, and today's story is about how and why my friend got into a fight at school. Now before I get into the story, be sure to share and subscribe if you're new, I would really appreciate it. Now with that being said, let's get straight into the story. So this story is actually a span of a few weeks, but the actual fight itself actually happened a few days ago. So I have this friend, let's just say for this video that his name is Kevin. Now Kevin introduced me to a friend a while back, and let's say that this friend's name is Steve. Now I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't too sure about Steve when I first met him, but he's one of those people that just grow on you, and he's honestly like a great dude. Well, at school, he was in some shit. And when I say shit, I mean like some stupid school drama. So what happened, as far as I know, this girl was messing with him because he has a trigger word. And the reason he doesn't like this word in particular is because of personal experiences, so it's a pretty bad trigger on him. Anyways, this girl kept saying the word to him because she knows how it affects him and she just wanted to piss him off. So after a few times of her saying this word, he gets a little upset and decides to tase her. Now if you don't know what tasing someone is, it's not tasing someone with an actual taser. It's just poking their sides a little aggressively to like piss them off a bit. So he does that to her because obviously he can't hit her. And then she starts crying and tells the whole school that he beat her, which is complete bullshit. So about a week goes by and I transferred to the school because I was planning to move schools for a bit. And when I transferred, the drama is still going on. I would be walking in the halls with Kevin and Steve, and then I would just hear someone yell this trigger word at him, just to piss him off. I just remember this one kid yelling the trigger word at him, and I yelled at the kid, and I scared him off, and I'm not gonna lie, I felt like a fucking god, but that's besides the point. So about 2 weeks go by, and the drama starts to dial down a bit, and even one kid apologizes to Steve for saying the trigger word. Here's the proof of the apology, pause to read if you need to. So we all think that the drama is over, but the kid that apologized started saying the word again, and it pisses Steve off. After school, Kevin tells me that Steve wants us to be there with him when he confronts this kid. We meet Steve in the cafeteria and he explains everything to us. He tells us that he's not going to fight him, and that he's just going to confront him just to scare him a bit. Now when I heard that he wasn't going to fight him, I was relieved. Because if you know the kind of person I am not a fighter, and I really did not feel like fighting this day. So we walk outside, just waiting for the kid, and I tell Steve that the kid walked out. By the way, this kid is a small kid, but he's on the football team, so in other words, he's a bit of a cocky bitch. So keep that in mind as I'm telling this part. Anyways, Steve calls this kid over and tells him to say the word to his face. The kid does it, and Steve pushes him aggressively. Steve says to do it again, and of course the kid decides to do it. Now after the second push, the kid takes off his backpack because he knew shit was going to happen. So after the third time of him saying this word, Steve swings on the kid and starts to choke him out. So I'm sitting there with Kevin, just watching it happen, because we think everything's going well, on Steve's end anyways. Next thing you know, one kid from the football team, who's not involved in this fight, tackles Steve over the railing and starts punching him. Now when Steve got tackled, he did some weird ass monkey shit, flipped himself back over and landed on his feet. After he got tackled, the kid that tackled him started flexing. I'm not even kidding, he flexed like he was the shit or something. Then another kid comes over and puts Steve in a headlock. Now as I'm seeing this happen, my very first instinct was to break up the fight, but then Kevin calls me over and says, "Ethan, just come here." So I walk over and I sit next to Kevin. I'm just like, well shit, I guess I'm doing this now. Now the kid that put Steve in a headlock was just apparently just trying to calm him down, which did work, but while he was in a headlock, the kid who Steve was originally fighting comes back, kicks Steve, and then starts crying and walks over to the girls for some sympathy. Now after the fight was broken up with, me and Kevin walk with Steve to the parking lot. Now Steve was still kind of pissed off about the whole situation. So a few minutes of silence goes by, and I decide to try to lighten up the mood. I look at Steve and I say, "So can I make a video about this?" And Steve actually laughed and said, "Hell yeah, go for it." So here I am making this video about the story. Also, the next day, Steve talked to the dean about the situation. And can you guess what the dean said? I'm not over-exaggerating when I say this, but the dean called Steve pathetic for letting the word bother him that much. Steve gets a week of detention as a punishment, while the kid who Steve was originally fighting, and the kid that tackled him over the rail, got no punishment, and the kid that pretty much broke up the fight got a Saturday detention. Now, of the recording of this video, I don't know if the drama is still happening, but if something does happen, best believe I'm making another story time. Anyways, that's it for this story time. There might be a part 2 or a follow-up video to this, I'm not too sure yet. But be sure to subscribe if you're new, like the video and share. Follow all my social medias in the description below. Join the Discord server because I really enjoy talking to some of you guys. New videos or live streams every Saturday and Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.